but it wasn't like we weren't like this is going to happen. But we did like.
Hello, hi, it's Dustin Zarni, Democratic Elections Commissioner for Onondaga County. Today is Tuesday, February 21st, and on today's Commissioner in the Car, I'm talking about enrollment reports and signature requirements and all kinds of beautiful, sexy things like that. So here is what's going on this week at the Board of Elections, and that's kind of what I like the Commissioner in the Car to be, is like what's going on in elections this week. Because I think people think, well, you know, we only work 1 or 2 days a year, and that's just not true. This week is a shortened week at the Board of Elections. We were off on Monday. But today, on February 21st, is the day that we are required to have signature or have enrollment numbers prepared and ready to go to the state. And off the enrollment numbers on February 21st, a lot of different things happen. The first main thing that happened is signature requirements. As we're leading into the designating petition period that starts on February 28th, we have to determine the number of signatures that a person needs to get to have a qualified ballot to be on the primary election, and if there is no primary, general election, for the 2023 elections. Well, how are signature requirements gotten? Well, we have 4 major parties: Democrat, Republican, Conservative, and Working Families. And in a political subdivision, we take the number of enrolled voters and times it by 5%. And that is usually the number of signatures, valid signatures, you need on a petition to get on the ballot. So what's a political subdivision? Well, that's anything from county-wide to city-wide, City of Syracuse-wide, or town-wide in any of the 19 towns that we have in Onondaga County. It's also, if you're running in a village election, for the November election, it would be in a village. It would be, if you're running for county legislature, it would be the number of Democrats or Republicans that are enrolled in that county legislative district, or the common council districts inside the city of Syracuse, or the town board ward members of Camillus and Salina, or the village of Salve. They all have individual ward members. They don't run town-wide or village-wide. They run inside wards. So we have to go through all of those political subdivisions, pull the enrollment reports, and start putting that together. We hope to have, at least for the designating petitions for the 4 major parties, we hope to have those signature requirements up on our website at onvote.net starting tomorrow. After tomorrow, we'll be working on the independent nominating petitions, and those don't start till April 19th, and the signature requirements there are a little bit more complicated. It's a formula based on the governor's election and the number of votes in the governor's election outside of voids and blanks. So that takes a little bit more time to put together. We hope to have that up later in the month. Again, that doesn't start till April 19th, so we have a little time to get that together. So we are also going to put up enrollment reports on our website, so you can see the enrollment numbers in each and every political subdivision. We're almost done with that. We hope to have that up tomorrow. And we have been finishing proofing of all the redistricting that was done. As you know, redistricting was done with the county legislature and City of Syracuse Common Council. You can see that on my website at dustinzarni.com. I did a weekly wonk this last weekend about that very redistricting that was done. We are proofing that and getting ready to give final walking sheets to any candidate that requests them. And we hope to have that done by the end of the week this week. We're also helping candidates that want to run for office prepare for petitions, and we help them get a petition and go to get on the ballot. And if you're wondering about a lot of that, remember my Zoom with Zarni was replaced last week with my Zarni seminar of how to get on the ballot. That's right there on my website. Again, at dustinzarni.com. Just check it out. It's under one of the drop-down links. You'll see it right there. in the Zarni seminar portion is about how to get on the ballot 2023. And it gives you a little overview about how to get on the ballot and what petitioning is and how you do that and all of that. So that is basically what's going on here at the Board of Elections. We're also starting to work on finalizing our polling places for the general election. That has to be done by March 15th. So I hope to have an announcement. There's going to be a lot of polling place changes. I'm going to just put that out there right now because we lost a lot of polling places due to COVID. And over the last couple of years, their leases expired and they decided they didn't want to do it. So we had to find other ones. We also took some time to analyze some polling places that were had too many voters at. And so we were trying to bring on new polling places and also consolidated a couple polling places that weren't needed. So there's a lot of stuff that that we're trying to do to get that done by March 15th. So expect something on that. So that's some of the stuff that we're working on. Redistricting is almost done. Walk sheets and petitions are getting done this week. Signature requirements will be done this week, and hopefully, so most of the polling places will be done in the next 2 weeks, and then we'll have an announcement about that. So we're clicking on all cylinders here at the Onondaga County Board of Elections. We have a lot of pokers in the fire. We're trying to get a lot of stuff done. The staff has been amazing. We've put in a lot of extra hours to get all this done. And a lot of this is because we've gone to a new registration system that we believe will be better for the voters eventually. I think it's better for them now, but we're a little behind on registration because we're learning a new system, and that's to be expected. We're working on getting caught up on that as well. So those are the things that we're doing at the Onondaga County Board of Elections this week. If there's I don't see any questions in the chat about stuff that's going on. There's really not a lot going on in terms of electoral stuff since my last commissioner card, that we did have a Democratic designation that designated a bunch of candidates. They're still working on a few county ledge and county clerk and a couple of other things, and DA. They hope to have those announced before the end of the month. And there will be primaries. Just remember, the primaries are also a natural part of the political process, and I'm neutral on all primaries. And I think that if people want to have a primary, that is something that is up to a personal decision on them, and should be. I don't think it should be encouraged, but it should, or discouraged. It should be something that the voters get to decide on, especially in a place like the city of Syracuse that has no Republican opposition in it. Having Democratic primaries in the city is usually the election. So I have a very tempered view of primaries. But the Democratic designation is also an important part of the process. Getting designated is not two people in the back room making a decision. It's 600 or so members of the committee that are making these decisions, and they have interviews. And whether you like their decisions or not, I don't believe it's fair to say it's not that it's not that is a foregone conclusion. That being said, the Democrats have lost many primaries to candidates who didn't get the designation, and that's okay too. David's asking, is there any new budget news? We probably won't hear anything until the one House budgets are released in early March. I testified last week. That was great. I had a great testimony. Please go take a look at that at DustinZarden.com. But now both houses are on break this week. They're not. They're on break for the midwinter break. They go home back to their districts, and then they will have but the staffs are still working, and they're going to come out with one House budgets in early March. So we'll have to see what that brings to the table. I'm sure that'll be a subject of a commissioner in car. Republican presidential primary, David said already bonkers. That's his line, but it is starting to heat up. We're starting to see primary candidates from the Republican side start to weigh in. We already had Nikki Haley announce. Donald Trump has announced, and there's still Ron DeSantis and a bunch of other people looking at it. So we'll have to see how that goes. But I think that's going to be it for Commissioner in the Car today. Thank you very much for joining in. Coming up this week, my Zoom with Zarni is back. I have Dana Balter and Karen Wharton of Citizen Action. We're talking about campaign public finance, the new campaign public finance system. Lots to talk about there. So tune in for that. That's Thursday. On this weekend, I will be doing a weekly wonk on the village of Fayetteville. Is my planned weekly wonk. We're going to be talking about how Fayetteville is broken up and what Fayetteville looks like as a village, as we do have village elections in Fayetteville, and we also have a village election in Manlius, which I'll be doing the week after. And that's all I got on tap. Go to DustinZarni.com to like and subscribe, and you can get any of my content for free. You'll have to pay. Never you'll be asked to pay. I'll never put ads on anything. This is part of my public education. So thank you very much for tuning in, and I'll see you out there this week. Bye-bye.